Welcome to another episode of the Forgotten Athlete podcast with your host, Joseph. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you can on this podcast when you get a chance on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, however you can. Leave a review on the Apple Music and podcast. Um, um, I'm sorry, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and then leave comment or like whatever the case may be on my YouTube page. But with that being said, as you guys know, it's Wednesday, which means episodes dropping. This is the first Wednesday episode that we're going to drop on our YouTube page. And then we'll be having more shows on the next coming weeks. So pretty much like I laid out before, Sunday, Monday, Wednesdays will be our football days. I'm sorry, will be our podcast days. I mean, let's be honest, we're going to talk about football, a little bit of basketball. Just continue what we're doing right now. Then also, talk about forgotten athletes. Haven't done it in a while, so maybe I'll start that up again. But not forgetting about the athletes. I posted them on my TikTok and my YouTube. I'm sorry, and my Instagram page, but not a lot talking about it on my podcast. So maybe I'll bring that up. Forgotten athlete every single week and whatnot. But with that being said, forget all the riffraff. This is a super exciting time of the year. For the next, what is it, 24 weeks, we get NFL football every week, at least one time a day. I'm sorry, at least one time, per week. So whether it be Sunday only, whether it be Saturday, Thursday, this is going to be Monday. This is going to be the 4 days of NFL football. Like, this is like, people don't understand how important this is. This is $1 billion industry, probably going to be $1 trillion industry in the next couple of years, and we get it. We have a gift that we're receiving this fantasy football for all you people drafting right now, getting your teams ready. This is what you're, dreaming about. Your wife, your lady, girlfriend, whatever the case may be, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, they want to go out on a Sunday to the park or to a restaurant. You're not going to say yes. All right. You're going to say, no, we're watching football all day, right? Because that's what people do, right? So this is going to be an extremely important time for me. This is me time, right? This is me time. And that's what football is. Football is me time. To my girlfriend all the time. Football is me time. Like, you watch your, whatever the case may be, you watch your, you do what you do on your, hobby time, for 8 hours, 7 hours, whatever the case may be of commercial free football. Don't bother me. I won't be checking my phone. I'll just to text a group chat or my lady about whatever the case may be, but about football related activities most of the time when it's unless it's those memes, whatever the case may be. But listen, man, this is an exciting time of the year, and Wednesday we'll be talking about Thursday night games. And then also more, if there's something to talk about, like today we have Lamar Jackson to talk about, we have the Bills versus Rams to talk about, and we have I think one more thing to talk about as well. I'm gonna check my agenda right now, but pretty much we have a full book, a full slate of what we're talking about today, and I'm looking forward to it. But I mean, I think we can get started on Lamar Jackson situation just because this is probably the I mean, it's not shocking to me, but it's something that we got to keep our eye on as football fans, and as viewers of the football world. You're going to see a lot of people on ESPN, Fox, or all these sport channels you're watching. You're going to be like, "Oh, Lamar Jackson should hold out. He shouldn't pay. He shouldn't play all this stuff." And I just want to remind people: a couple years back, Dak Prescott had literally his ankle turned, twisted. Nobody knew what happened to him. It like dislocated. He was out for the season. That offseason, he got the biggest contract extension in Cowboy history from any player of any position. And he was paid that because they're paying him for what he's about to do in the future and for what he's already done. But most of the time, NFL, they're paying you for what you're going to do for them in the future. That's an NFL contract. That's how they lay it out, right? And when Lamar Jackson is in this conversation of getting paid, of being one of the highest players to throw the football or run the football, in his case, sometimes he wants to get paid in the upper echelon, and that's where he's targeted at. That's where he's focused at. That's where he's going for, and that's what he's aiming for. And I don't think he should settle because of wanting of fear of being hurt because he might not get the same contract. It worked for Dak, right? Dak got the same contract he would have signed if he had not got hurt. So when I look at all that and when I see all that from a football understanding, from a salary cap understanding, from just a level of importance, like knowing how important Lamar Jackson is to the team, you get a better understanding and like you're more simplified with sorry, you have more of a simplified answer with why Lamar Jackson is not signing a contract because he doesn't have to. He does not need to sign that contract. He doesn't need to sign that contract before uh the first game of the season. That's not what his end goal is. His end goal is to get paid the most amount of money he can get paid. And if Lamar Jackson kills this year, which I believe he will, if Lamar Jackson gets MVP this year, which he believes he will, which he believes he's going to win the Super Bowl this year. If he does all of that, and he's already won an MVP before in the past. He has a 37-10 record as a starter. I mean, the list goes on and on. He has the most he has the most rushing yards for a quarterback out of position for the first 3 seasons, most rushing touchdowns for position at the first 3 seasons, or first 4 seasons, whatever the case may be, how many years he's played. He has all the records when it comes to running statistics for NFL quarterbacks. So when you look at all this, you look at it and you say, Lamar Jackson, I understand you. I understand why you're not taking that contract right now. I understand why you're not settling. You don't have to settle, Lamar Jackson. And when you look at it from that angle, then you're not going to be focused on, oh, Lamar Jackson should sign before he gets paid, or he should not play a snap before he gets paid. Like that's not where his mindset is because he knows his value, and his value is not going to change if he gets hurt tomorrow. His value is not going to change if he gets hurt today. It just his value is not going to change. If the Ravens don't pay him, another team's going to offer him $200+ million. That's just facts. And whether it be the Dolphins, whether it be the Lions, whatever the case would be, a team will offer him that much money. And Lamar Jackson knows that. And he's a quarterback at the end of the day. And it's only 32 of them playing. And only 16 make the playoffs. 19, I guess. Whatever the case may be. 17, 18, whatever the case may be now with the new playoff adjustment. But there's only about 16 elite quarterbacks. 16 starting quarterbacks that continually be a starting quarterback year in and year out, with the exception of Carson Wentz. But I mean, with that being said, man, I'm just overhearing about Lamar Jackson's contract because it's a revolving door. It's only going to end when he wants to end, and we don't have the option as football fans to kind of make him choose any less. And when you look at it from that, you're not gonna worry about it anymore. Like, stop worrying about it. Stop talking about it. Lamar Jackson doesn't want to talk about it, so let's not talk about it. Next on the calendar is going to be the Browns versus the Panthers this weekend on Saturday. There was news came out that Baker Mayfield made a statement about the Myles Garrett while he was on the sideline. Baker Mayfield, I'm sorry, not about Myles Garrett, but about the Browns saying that they're gonna kick their butt. Something along those lines. Baker Mayfield denies the claim, says he never said that, like Baker does. He always denies everything. Listen, man, I don't know who's gonna win this game, but it's probably gonna be a boring game to watch. But it's football, so we're gonna watch it. We're gonna keep our eye on it just because it's on red zone. And I think that at the end of the day, Baker Mayfield's gonna kill this game. Now, whether or not they win the game, that would rely on their defense. But I do believe that Baker Mayfield is out to prove it this year, but especially against the Browns. He has that thing pinned down. If this isn't personal to him, he is tripping. Because this is the team that gave up on you after you took them to the playoffs after they were trash. This is a team that gave up on you for I don't want to say the word R word, but for a guy who has 24 accusations of sexual assault and paid the man $230 million. Baker Mayfield, if you're not pumped up for this game, if you didn't say what you said on the sideline, which was intended for the Browns, if you didn't say all this stuff, if you didn't do all this stuff that you're trying to do, if you didn't, if you don't want to win this game, something's wrong with you, Baker. And nothing's wrong with you, Baker. Look at me, Baker. I'm looking at you right in the eye. I know that you want this game. I know you want this win. So don't act all shimmy like it's just another week 1 game. It's not. This is personal. You used to do Progressive commercials in that stadium. And now Progressive, they gotta find a new stadium for you to do commercials at. So this is personal, Baker Mayfield. You gotta come in this game ready to fight and ready to kill. I'm talking 300+ yards, 3+ touchdowns. I want to see fire from you, Baker. I'm rooting for you in this game 1 because I got the Carolina Panthers under 6.5 win total. All right. Next on the calendar, what we got? We got Zach Wilson injury. So Chris Mortensen is probably one of the best follows I have on NFL Twitter because he made a great point. Zach Wilson hurt himself in the preseason game by trying to do a juke move. And I want to talk about something real quick. Well, actually, let me not discuss that actually because this is a national podcast and don't know who's going to hear this. But Zach Wilson, man, he is a talented quarterback, but he is limited at what he's able to do. But he doesn't believe he's limited at what he's able to do. So when I see him do things that he's not capable of doing, like trying to do a juke move on a safety, listen, Baker. I mean, sorry, Zach. Well, Baker does the same. That's why I said Baker. But Zach Wilson, man, that's not who you are. You're a on the run, throwing on the run passer, and this is a preseason game. This is going to be your last snap probably of the preseason, and you mess it up. So, Zach, man, Chris Mortensen came out with a report. He said that I think it was Chris Mortensen, but I think it was Chris Mortensen, but just to clarify, someone on NFL Twitter said that Matthew Stafford, for his first 2 seasons, only played 13 games. And now look at Matt Stafford. After those first 2 seasons, he's played 8 consecutive seasons and never missed a game in those 8 seasons. So when you look at it from that perspective, you don't really worry about where Zach Wilson is going or where he's headed or what his potential is going to be, just because he is a beast. And he knows that he is a beast. And he knows that he is going to do well. And he knows that he's going to excel. They have a great team behind them. They have a great running back, great culture, great coach, an improving defense. And I think that Zach Wilson knows that they are going to succeed. So I'm not worried about him. I wouldn't be worried about him if I was Robert Saleh. But I do want to get him on the foot as soon as possible because I don't think Flacco's going to lead him to any victories over these next 4 games. I just don't. I'm not a Flacco guy. I've never been a Flacco guy, but dude's 36, 37 years old. He looked good in the preseason. I'm sorry, in training camp, but that's not who he is anymore. Okay. The moment everybody has been waiting for, Bills versus Rams. I'm so excited to talk about this game because this is the first game of the season. We are so excited to just talk about so much about this game. Bills, obviously they lost last year in the AFC Championship because of the overtime situation. Overtime rules got changed because of the Bills losing, and the fans complain. Bills Mafia complain. Shut out Bills Mafia. Listen, we have so much activity going on with this game just because we don't know what Matthew Stafford's going to do, how he's going to look, how he's going to throw. We don't know how the run game is going to look for the Rams because we don't know how Cam Akers is going to look because he's coming off of the injury. We don't know how Derek Henderson is going to look because he was shoot out the way of that backfield last year. And then we don't know about the rookie that they have as well. So there's a lot of question marks around that offense. Who's going to fill the void for Odell Beckham? How's Allen Robinson going to look? You got how's Cooper Kupp going to look? Who's going to get double teamed? There's just so many questions I got to ask. And when you look at it from that perspective, the Bills, on the other hand, I don't have any questions. Like, I don't. You give me a question. Because I don't have any question at all about the Bills, what the Bills are going to do. The Bills are going to do what they're going to do. Bills got great quarterback. They got an improved run game. They got a great receiving core. They got a great tight end who just signed to 2026. They got a great offensive line. They got a great defense, and they added Von Miller. Von Miller's playing his former team against the Rams. I mean, $100 million for the guy. Kind of overspent. But at the end of the day, he's a guy who can get the quarterback. You need that. You needed him to get Patrick Mahomes last year. He wasn't available. He was on the Rams, winning a Super Bowl. So when you look at it from that perspective, you just got to understand that this is Bills Mafia's time to shine. And Bills Mafia better be all over that field tomorrow, all over SoFi tomorrow. We got beautiful time because this is the best time to be in LA. I mean, because look at it. The weather's hot. The weather's not hot. Beautiful, field conditions. Don't have to worry about, any rain, any slippery fields, even though it doesn't really rain in LA in the first place. But when you look at it from that perspective, Josh Allen, he may throw for 4+ touchdowns. This is a secondary that I'm not too high on. I'm just not. I'm talking about the Rams secondary. They got beat a lot last year. I know they won a Super Bowl, but they got beat a lot last year. Jalen Ramsey's a lockdown quarterback. I'm not talking about him. All right. But there's other guys in that defense who got beat, you know. So when you look at it from all those angles, you know, and there is some buzz going around about the Rams guys being, you know, quote unquote committed to the game, guys being quote unquote you know, satisfied with just winning the Super Bowl. You know, Aaron Donald, for example, how is he gonna look? Listen, I'm a guy who I don't think Aaron Donald is a type of guy who wins the Super Bowl, gets paid, and then just chills for the rest of his career. He wants to be a Hall of Famer. But at the end of the day, those questions have to appear. So how is Aaron Donald going to look? How is he going to play? It's just a lot of questions to ask. And when I'm just looking at Josh Allen's stats right here, man, for his first 4 seasons, he's second in touchdowns, only behind Darren Marino. What is he? Second in total touchdowns. You know, over 4 seasons. Second or third in passing yards over his first 3 seasons, our first 4 seasons. I mean, it's just Bills have won 4 consecutive Bills are looking to win their 4th consecutive game playing in a new stadium for the first time. So the Bills won in Las Vegas, they won in Minnesota in 2018, and they won in Atlanta in 2017 when the field opened up. There's just so much positivity going on in the Bills organization that I can't go against them. Now, obviously, they have the punter situation, you know, and they, you know, removing him from the team, releasing him and whatnot, going through his situation. So there may be some talk about that as we get closer to game time. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we're talking about 110 yards, 108 yards, however long the field is. And in between those white lines, what's going to happen, you know? And I don't see the Bills losing this game at all. They're -2.5. People are saying, why are the Bills -2.5 against the Super Bowl defending champions? It's because of what I just said. All of what I just said. Bills Mafia, you guys got to be ready because this is your time to shine. If you guys don't win the Super Bowl this year, then I don't know when you guys are going to win the Super Bowl because you guys have literally your best roster you guys ever have ever had. Sorry, this is not an endorsement. I just needed some chapsticks in my hand, all right? But I just want to say this, man, before I log off. Final score prediction is 29-21. Bills win. And that's pretty much it. I think Bills get the ball late. I think it's about 20. I want to say it's about like 22 to 21 late. Bills get a late touchdown, go up 8. Rams come down. They try to score a touchdown. They can't. All right. I think it's going to be 29-21. That's my score prediction. They don't get to 30 points. I don't know where the team total's at, but I would assume it's around 30 points, whatever the case may be. But this is going to be a fun time. It's just so beautiful to, you know, sometimes I'm speechless because football is back, you know. I just love football. I don't have anything else to talk about. I think I went through that pretty fast. I did not intend on going in that fast. But when I'm excited about something, when I'm passionate about something, I just start talking and blabbering. Yeah, man. I'll see you guys next Sunday. And you know, if you guys have any questions that you guys wanted me to talk about on Sunday, come Sunday, Monday, anything like that, please DM me. Please reach out to me because I am more than glad to answer any type of question that you guys have. You know, whether it's involved the Warriors, whether it's involved the Niners, any team outside of, you know, the Bay Area, obviously Raiders, you know, Chargers, Vikings, any team, Nebraska, you know, anybody that you have any questions about football, questions about, you know, doing a podcast, anything like that, man, I'm more than willing to help out. And then also, if you guys have any spots where I can get some more hats, I keep on wearing this hat, you know, just because I need a haircut. I'm out in Georgia. I don't know any barbers out here, so I keep on wearing this hat because I need a haircut. So if you guys, you know, guys got some hat suggestions for me, you know, DM me. All right, I'm out of here.